only few days left in this year 2025, and today I was thinking, like, what is the I mean the thing which hurt me most in this year. Okay, then I came to a word: boundaries. I'm not talking about the boundary of the wall or kind of boundary of our like two country. We have a boundary. This boundary is kind of how much we are accessible to other people, how much restriction, limitation we have kept in between the people, like our surrounding and us. That is the boundary. Like, if you will not set that boundary, you will lose control over like how much people will know about you, how much people eventually use you. That will have a very bad impact. Like, I mean, there are three four things I basically came to that came to my mind. How much access people got on us, like whether we are completely accessible, we are sharing everything, we are kind of a completely open book kind of thing, and how much explanation we owe to people. Like, are we explaining everything to everyone? Like, even if for a decision we are taking, whether even if that is not kind of, they should not bother about this, still you are explaining this to them. And third thing is, how much of yourself you are giving away for people with kind of wherever it is not required. So if I don't set boundaries for myself, people will set that for you, and that is too much dangerous. Like, kind of, I can say a lot of cases are there. I was just trying to write down few points when I was analyzing about myself, like what kind of boundaries I should set and I failed to set. One thing is like saying yes when you should say no. There are a lot of kind of occasion will come. People may ask you something, your company, your manager, your colleague, your business, your client, your relatives, they may ask a lot of things from you, and there are a lot of situations where we should say no, but I kept on saying yes. That is one thing where I failed to set a boundary. One more thing is being available all the time. That is kind of, I usually do a lot of time. Okay, so kind of, I don't set a boundary like, okay, for these people I should be only available from this much time to this much time. I'm giving me kind of completely free every time, 24 and 7. And that kind of, people will get a, impression that either you are kind of not doing not doing anything kind of thing, like you are not I can say, not people will not think like you are kind of sitting idle, but they will think like, okay, he might not have someone else in his life who are kind of important to them, so they are available 24 into 7. One more thing, replying immediately when, even if you are exhausted, right? Even if when I came from office, I am exhausted, I wanted to spend time with my family, my daughter, my wife, still sometimes I reply to those people, when it is not necessary also, right? In that way, I am not setting a boundary for them, and in future they will set the boundary for me. Another thing is letting this guilt we have sometimes in us, right? If I usually let the guilt decide few of my decision. Okay, kind of, for example, if I have not done something for one of my friend and I have a guilt, next time my actions and my decision are impacted by that guilt, and so I end up either taking a wrong decision or a wrong action, right? That is one more thing. Another thing is kind of allowing people, or even my office work, or even kind of expectation from people to spill into my personal time, as I was telling, right? Let's say I have a personal time in, okay, while once I'll come from office, this much is the time I should spend with my family. If I will spill over some time from my office work or from expectation from other people to that time period, then eventually my relationship, my mental condition, all those things will be impacted. So that's why I'm not, in a lot of cases I don't able to set these boundaries. And if like will not set that boundaries, a lot of things can happen. Like one thing I can say, why I don't set this boundary. First of all, I I think like it may hurt people. Okay, if I will not reply someone, if they are sending something, even if a time when I am spending time with my kids and family, I think like okay, they might hurt, or they might think okay, I am having attitude, I am not responding to them. That's why I don't able to set that boundaries. One more thing, I think like people will misunderstood me. Like if I will not kind of give them that time, even if that time is specified to my family time, I think people will misunderstood me, right? So that's the one reason I don't able to set that boundary. One more thing is being seen as a selfish, right? People will say, okay, he went to USA, he did the job, now he is a family man, but he's kind of selfish. He's doing only all of those things which is related to him or his family, right? In that way, people may think, okay, he is kind of selfish now, right? That is one reason I usually think, okay, let's give them some time, even if that time is for my family and so on. But somehow today when I was like kind of doing analysis on this thing and I was thinking deep on this, I came to know people get upset when they lose control. Okay, so if somebody is getting upset, if you are not giving them time, which is your family time maybe, if they are upset, that means they are losing control upon themselves. It's not like you have a mistake or you have done something wrong. And the main thing is, if they are right people, then they will adjust. Even if they send you a message, if that is not priority one, if you are replying them after 6 hours, 7 hours, or even after one day, if they are good people, they will understand. But if they are kind of wrong people, they will start complaining. Hey, I sent you a message on that day, you didn't reply, you took a lot of time, you are selfish, or blah 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 things, right? So that is the difference. So we should not worry about that basically. And one more thing, I kind of decided once I will go to the next year, might be I will try to follow these things, because if I will set the boundaries correctly, then it will give me a lot of things. It will give me the mental peace. I don't have to kind of juggling between two, three things. Okay, I'm giving family time. So I remember one thing like which happened yesterday when I was playing with my daughter, and suddenly I saw a message from someone and I started replying. Then my daughter, on the right moment, within 1 second, she told me, Baba, can you please off the phone? Don't take the phone, okay? So that means she is also aware of, okay, this boundaries Baba has to set. This time is for me. So nobody else should kind of get anything or interfere with this time, right? So those are kind of things that impacted me. And yeah, it will give you more focus if you will set the boundary correctly. You can focus each of the things in its particular time or particular kind of situations. You will take the decision. It will be not impacted with other things. And one more thing, less overthinking at night. If you are doing two three things and you will keep on thinking that, so before sleep it will come to your mind for sure. I don't know about you, like you guys, but it happened to me a lot of time. Like when I will start and I will go to sleep, once in my bed, all those things will come to mind one by one. Okay, because I might not able to complete everything because I was just going from here to there, somebody calls, just reply, I forget what I was doing. So all of these things will going to happen. So might be every boundary what I will set that may disappoint someone, but it will save me. And eventually it will save my time, it will save few other people also, because once I will not attend them in that period or that time, maybe tomorrow when I will attend, I will have a different mindset and I will be in a relaxed state and I can talk with them or work for them or kind of attend them more suitably. Okay, that's what I really think. So I mean, there are a few things I have planned to carry on to the next year, not explaining every decision as I told, right? We should not explain everything to every people. We should have a set a boundary. Okay, this thing I have to explain to my wife or my daughter. These things I have to give an explanation to my relative, to friend, or to my office colleague, to my manager, everyone. So I should set that boundary. And another thing is protecting time. That is the, I think, main thing. We should protect the time and energy and our emotions. If we will protect that, eventually the boundary which we have set, that will work properly. And the last thing is letting silence to do the talking. We should not just talk everyone, okay, we will to give them explanation and everything. Sometimes if we will be silent, then people will understand what I want to say basically. So these are the things which came to my mind. If you guys are able to relate this, and let me know in the comment section what kind of boundaries you wanted to set in your life, or what kind of boundaries you have already set and you saw some positive impact in your life. I am not saying you should right away start these things to putting in your life, but if you are getting time, sit, relax and think about this. I will come up with a new word tomorrow. Till then, bye bye.